Hello students, today we are going to start the chapter migration. What is migration? Human migration denotes an movement by human beings between one geographical region to another with the aim to settle definitely or temporarily. It means one human being that will shift from his own motherland towards another particular geographical area, whether he is going to settle down permanently or temporarily. This movement is known as migration, means to move away from his own land towards some another geographical area. So this is the tendency of human being to move from one area to another area. Then archaeological evidence suggests that the earliest human being on earth lived in Africa. So this is the one we can say ancient settlement. From there they moved and settled and then moved on again over many thousands of years until they eventually settled the whole planet. Means they started to move from one place to another place, and later down and slowly they just settled in the entire land portions. Then from ancient times, travelers, traders, priests, pilgrims traveled vast distance for knowledge, opportunities, spiritual fulfillment. Means they just want to get all these things, so they move from one place to another place, or to escape persecution, means ill treatment if they are not treated properly in particular area. So just to escape them from that kind of ill treatment, they started to move away from their areas. Though the pace of migration had accelerated since the 18th century, but including the involuntary slave trade, means slave trade was going on earlier, not in these days, when human beings were used to sold things. So this was going on in the 18th century. Then it increased further in 19th century. So due to this human trade, due to requirement of slaves, or what we can say laborers, so this movement was very quick during this 18th and 19th century. Then millions of agriculture workers left the countryside, means village area, and moved to the cities, causing, so what was the reason behind their movement from their own village areas toward the city? Causing unprecedented level of urbanization, means unparalleled urbanization. Some areas are urbanized, some are rural, some are developed, some are not. So those who are living in rural areas where urbanization is not there, facilities are not there, they started to move from their own areas towards the urban areas or cities. This phenomenon began in Britain in the late of 18th century and spread around the world, and continues to this day in many areas. Means still this migration is going on. Industrialization, globalization, and technology are the major factors which have contributed largely to migration. So, what are the main factors behind this migration? Industrialization, globalization, and technology. So, where people are getting more industries, more technology, they are moving to. And globalization, as we know, now entire earth is in our approach. Migration may be broadly classified as international and internal. So start with international migration. So international, when people or population from one country move to another country and they are crossing international borders. So this is called international, means from one nation to another nation, that is international, between movement between two nations when they are crossing the borders. So the international migration becomes immigration or emigration, depends on how the place of destination or place of origin is considered. Means if one person is moving or leaving his own country, that is immigration, and one person that is coming to another area, that is emigration. So depend from where that one person is moving around. So emigration with E, it means leaving one's own country, and immigration with I means coming to some other country. So this moment is when border is crossed, this is known as international migration. Then a person who indulges in immigration is called as immigrant, and those who indulge in emigration are known as emigrants. As immigration is one who migrates to a nation, or and emigrant is one who migrates away from his own country. So don't be confused here. So immigrants is one who migrates to a nation, and emigrant who migrate away from his home, means leaving his country and here coming to a country. Okay, then next is instances of Indians' migration to other countries have been noticed in the historical time. It means from ancient times, Indians moving from their own country towards other areas. In the 19th century, many Indians migrated to Mauritius, Burma, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Fiji, Guyana. So many countries are here, and they started to settle down there. Then partition of India in 1947. So it resulted in large scale migration of population. Many came from India, from Pakistan, and many moved to Pakistan from India and Bangladesh and so on. So this has been termed as one of the greatest movement of human being in the history of the world. About 15 million people moved across the border. Means this was the great and the biggest movement in the world when about 15 million people moved across the border. It was international migration. Since 1970s, highly educated and skilled professionals have migrated from India to some of the most advanced countries such as USA, UK, Canada, and some countries of Western Europe, leading to serious problem of brain drain. So when skilled, intellectual, intelligent, educated person are moving from India towards other countries, that is known as brain drain. So what is brain drain? Is the migration of skilled human resources for trade, education, and better opportunity. So this is serious problem. Why it is serious problem? Because those skilled person, those who are moving away from India, we are having great need of that kind of intelligent person. When they are moving away, it means that intellectual brains are moving away from India. Those who can do for the betterment of India, they are away and they are doing something better for other countries where they are moving. Okay, so why they are doing this kind of things? Better standard of living and quality of life, higher salaries, access to advanced technology, and more stable political conditions that are there in developed countries, and they are not there in developing or underdeveloped countries. The majority of migration is from developing to developed countries. Developing those who are getting developed, and develop those who are totally developed. So this is of growing concern worldwide because of its impact in developing countries. So for developing countries, it is a bad impact. These countries have invested in the education. These countries means from where person is moving away. So they invest a lot for their education, for their training, for their young health professionals, means for those young ones, for their education, for their training, everything. So in like I'm just going to give you example of India only. For example, our doctors, our engineers are moving away Western countries, but they got their basic education here in India. India provide them education, India trained them, India gave them a lot. But when they are expert in their profession, they just move out from India for the betterment of themselves only. So this is a loss for India. So reasons you can, if question is there, reasons you can give from here why they are migrating: for quality of life, higher salaries, advanced technology, stable political conditions, so on. Okay, now come to another type of migration, that is internal, means in between the country when borders are not crossed. So internal migration refers to people within a country moving to another location within its border, like from UP and Bihar, persons are moving towards Punjab, that is known as internal migration. So internal migration can be classified into following four migration streams. First is rural to rural, means from one rural area to another rural area. Rural to urban means from rural areas towards the cities, towns. Then urban to urban, from one particular urban area, cities, towns towards other. Why? Because other particular urban areas could be more developed, like metropolitan cities. Then urban to rural. So this is the last one, when person who is settled down in urban area where all the facilities, technology, everything is there, but he just moved away from that urban area towards rural areas. Let's start with that particular 4 points one by one. First is the rural to rural. So under this, people move from one village to another. Reasons could be many, like marriage, seasonality of work. For example, in one particular rural area work is not there, and in another area it is there, so they will move from their own area towards other. Lack of work, if work is not there in their locality, then they will move to another. So these are the some factor of rural to rural migration. In slack agriculture season, means where work is not there, means lack of work is there, a large number of villagers move out to seek casual employment in irrigation projects, construction of roads, railroads, and building, and other miscellaneous manual job means unskilled job, we can say. So when in their own rural area work is not there, so they move towards that particular area where some kind of work is there, like some kind of irrigation projects could be there, construction of roads, railroads, anything, that kind of things is going on there. So they will move in search of work from their own rural area toward another. And another factor that was responsible for this rural to rural migration, this is Green Revolution. So Green Revolution started in Punjab, Haryana, and Western Uttar Pradesh in 1960. So with the green revolution in these particular three areas, development in the agrarian field means agriculture was getting developed, more labor was required. Then due to this reason, labor force from depressed areas of eastern Uttar Pradesh, Bihar to these areas means they started to move from their own areas toward these areas where green revolution was there. It means more work was there in fields. So they all migrated in search of better economic opportunities. Similarly, thousands of villagers have moved to plantation in Bengal and Assam as laborers. Sometimes decisions taken by the government also affect migration pattern. The so this decision could be there for the resettlement. Like example is given here, the resettlement of Sikh the resettlement of Sikh immigrants from Pakistan. Those Sikhs, those who came from Pakistan in the Tarai region. Tarai region means low land where more agriculture could be there. So they settled down from that particular area of Uttar Pradesh is an outstanding example of such a migration. So they came from Pakistan, then with the help we can say, or with the policies of government we can say, they were or they made to settle down in this particular area of Uttar Pradesh, dry region where they can do agriculture. Then is the rural to urban. So this migration is very common when one person is moving from rural area towards the urban where more development is there, where more technology is there, more industrialization opportunities, everything is there. So rural urban migration is caused by both push and pull factors. So what is this push and pull factor? Push, when we are moving away, pull, when we are getting towards something. So in rural areas, poverty, unemployment, low and uncertain wages. Wages here means a kind of salary. Uneconomic land holding means they are having land portions but they are not economic, means small land portions are there and less facilities if are there, then they will not able to grow crops properly. Poor facilities for education, recreation, and other services work as push factors. So these are the lacks problem. So these are push factors means due to these reasons persons are moving away. So these are the push factors. Question could be there. So what are the push factors? Then by contrast, the pull of urban areas. So these are the push factors. Now, better opportunities are pulling towards their own area. So they include, what are the pull factors? They include employment opportunities, regular and higher wages, fixed working hours, better amenities of living, facilities of education, social, cultural activities. So these are the positive factors that are known as pull factors. They are attracting the person towards their own area. So due to these better facilities, persons start to move towards these areas. The glamour of urban life and rigid caste system in countryside. So glamour is there in countries and rigid caste systems are there in village areas. So those who don't want to live in that kind of tight social system, caste system, they just move away towards that particular area where these kind of things are not there, where glamour is there, where enjoyment is there, their freedom is there. So they are moving. Both poor and rich from the countryside migrate to the urban areas under the influence of push and pull factors. While the poor migrate out of economic compulsion to make out their living, and rich migrate due to their desire. So poor are migrating for their economically needs, and rich persons are migrating due to their desire for better and greater comforts of life. So they are moving, means rich person, they are moving for their comforts, and poor are moving for their economic needs. In brief, rural to rural migration is an outcome of a interplay of forces hostile to comfortable living in the village, and of availability of lucrative opportunities in urban areas. Means in urban area many opportunities are there for the development, for the employment, for better wages, so they are moving. Then is next is urban to urban. So these next topics we will discuss next time. Thank you.